Hello everybody, I am alpacapatrol, and this is Binding Classic Wrath of the Lamb. That's right, I'm back with another custom challenge run. Sorry that this run is coming out late today. We stayed up a long time last night, me and Dennis. Playing Civilization. It's a good game, man. Anyway, today, in this custom challenge run, because Doctor Who is coming out later on, we are going to be playing as a Dalek. Exterminate! Well, that was a real bad exterminate. But you know what? I tried my best. And that's the important part. That's really the important part. So anyway, we're playing the villain from Doctor Who. Probably the main villain. I mean, there's no real main villain in Doctor Who, but you know, we're playing what could be functionally called the main villain. By the way, I got the treasure room right off the bat. Look at what it is. Look at what it is. Do you see that? Oh my god, I actually forgot. I didn't get the right weapon. Hold on a second. I still need one more item. I forgot about this one. That's alright. It should take only a moment because it's easy to find. Teleport! You always need it for an emergency time shift. It's important. So anyway, yes, we are playing a Dalek. So essentially what we have is we got the Spelunker Hat. All of these items pretty much have to do with just making us look like a Dalek, by the way. So we have the Spelunker's Hat, the Pact, both technologies, Spoon Bender for just the purple item power, the Teleport for, you know, being able to teleport whenever you need, Polyphemus for the extra damage and the extra Buckets of Lard so that we're a little bit more tanky. And something else. Oh yeah, we had Loki's horns twice. It's supposed to give us the two, like, little Dalek lights, but unfortunately it doesn't seem like the lights went through the Spelunker Hat. But that's okay. Essentially the rules are no shops or... Oh, I don't have any more bombs, that sucks. No shops and no treasure rooms, but we are allowed to eat a big fat old butt. No, there's no shops and no treasure rooms, but we are allowed boss rooms, is what it seems like. To me, anyway. And, oh, no devil rooms or anything like that, either. It doesn't look like we're gonna get any bombs. Alright, so we'll just move on to the next one. We could have used teleport there. Maybe we should have used teleport there. Who knows? We're a little bit slow, but we do massive fucking damage, so, you know, that's good. Also, Loki's horns, at some points, will be pretty effective, I have to say. Yeah, let's use that. Tears up. Hey, look at that. We got a tears up. That's pretty cool. Now we're shooting faster, like real Daleks. Daleks shoot super fast, man. That's the important thing about a Dalek. I'm kidding, obviously. Alright, we're gonna take damage here. Yep. There was no chance of me not taking damage there, unfortunately. In fact, because there was no chance of not taking damage, I probably should have just went to the treasure room, but that's fine. Whatever, not a big deal. So we have taken some damage. That shit happens, bro. We're gonna take damage again. Oh, we didn't take damage. We're just doing enough damage. Damage. Oh my damage. So I've talked about, Doctor Who numerous times, I feel. In the past. It's a good goddamn show, and you should watch it. The new... Oh, butts. We're gonna die here. Oh, no, we're not. In no way are we going to die here. Let's see what this is. I don't know what it is. Bad gas. Alright, let's see what this is. Bad trip. Alright, well, that's not a big deal. We do have... Hey, a blue rock. Look at that. We do have the devil room, which I guess I'll go in just in case it's Krampus, because I could probably take a Krampus item. Nah, alright. We're not allowed to take, any devil room stuff, so we'll just leave. We'll just get out of here. Just get out of here. I don't want you here anymore. But yeah. So, you know, it's a good goddamn show. It really is. It's pretty darn cool. Mostly because of the character. You know, someone tried to ask me, like, should I watch Doctor Who or whatever, and I like telling people that they should. And I would say, if you like good characters, then yes. If you don't, probably not. Because the truth is, the show is, like, corny. It's very campy, you know? I mean, it's essentially a kid's show, you know? There's a bunch of, like, and it's also sort of a monster of the week kind of thing, too. Like, that's essentially what the show is that, you know, he fights a new monster every week, essentially. The more recent seasons have been more story arc driven. Right, so that there's always an overarching story. This season, not as much, although it's there. I mean, it is, of course, there as well. I mean, because of the whole, you know, what's her thing, Jane Louise Coleman. I don't know what I forget what her character's name is right now because I'm a big dumb idiot. But you know, just so her old story arc kind of thing is pretty cool. But it seems not as important as the rest of Stephen Moffat's seasons have been. But anyway, so yeah, that's you know, a thing. But it's mostly Monster of the Week. It's very corny. It's very campy on purpose, admittedly. It's basically it's all sort of jokey on purpose, right? And it's meant to be funny too, which I think it pulls off pretty well most of the time. So it's hard to you know, recommend necessarily if you're not really into that type of thing. However, the thing is, if you are into that type of thing, then you'll fucking love it. Firstly, but if you're not, and you're into like a really good story about character or characters, then you will fucking love Doctor Who. Because I especially really like Doctor Who, just because Doctor Who is a great character. He's just a very tragic character. He's sort of embodies that kind of thing that I've talked about on the channel before. Is just like, you know, would immortality be shitty? And it's like, I think not, right? I mean, I think it would be. I think the upsides would outweigh the downsides. Honestly, I will take that speed up because speed up would be pretty nice. We're not going to be that much faster, but we'll be a little bit faster anyway. So yeah, I think the upsides would outweigh the downsides. Like, I think everybody would want to be the Doctor, right? Because, well, I didn't finish what I was trying to say. Immortality, right? Like, you know, the Doctor is immortal, or functionally immortal, right? I mean, he's in the show. He's like 1,400 years old at this point. We could use that. Well, we obviously don't need the Joker. We could just save that for later, which I think I probably will do. But, yeah, so, butts. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and hope that this is not the way that we need to go, and we'll go this way instead. Ah, shit. Okay, we're still good. We're probably gonna get hit here. Oh, no, we didn't. That's lucky. Alright, butts. Alright, we could always use teleport, by the way, is another factor, but I don't want to get myself trapped in a room that I can't leave. So, I don't really want to do that. But, I'm getting out. Good. Back in that room. Well, that means we're looking in this room. Yeah, get the fuck out of there! Oh, that was a close call. That was a close call. Alright, off we go. That's a free chest, so I guess I might as well open it. So anyway, yeah. So it kind of explores that kind of idea, is that, like, what would being immortal really be like? Oh man, that's a good goddamn pill. I might want to keep that pill, to be honest with you. More than I want the world card. Because the world card's good. You know what? I'm gonna use the world card. I'm gonna keep the bad trip pill. Okay, good. We're going the right way. That's good. That other way is for the treasure room, but we don't go to the treasure rooms. We don't go to treasure rooms around these parts, all right? But yeah. So it kind of explores that kind of idea of, would it be shitty to be immortal? You know, to see all your loved ones come and go and die and all that kind of stuff. My argument has always been, you know, that you're gonna see your loved ones die anyway. I mean, that's just gonna happen. That's just part of life, unless you die young or die early or die before them, right? So I mean, you're already gonna see that. You know, you just won't have to see it as many times, I suppose. You know, and the Doctor kind of is in this place where he's sort of a tragic hero, because he is a hero, sort of, right? I mean, he is a hero. In his eyes, he's probably a hero. But I mean, every time he goes anywhere, someone dies. That's you know, part of the story of Doctor Who. They're getting a point defense drone. That's all this is. The Daleks get a point defense drone. All right. Well, we used the key there, but we didn't really want to, so it doesn't really matter anyway. But yeah. So you know, the Doctor is a hero, sort of. You know, he kind of causes the death, yet he also saves people's lives. So you know, it's kind of a weird thing. It's a weird dynamic. That's sort of the idea, though, right? I mean, that's one of the storylines in a lot of the things, is that, like, you know, would people have died if you never showed up? And the answer is probably not. But he fights for what's right, right? Like, he's unflinching in what he believes is right, and that's important to him. But what's right kind of gets muddled if he's alone for a while. It's a really good character piece. The Doctor himself is just a really good character in just media in general, and I really like it. That's probably the main reason I like Doctor Who. I'm gonna be honest, is just because the Doctor is so good. Like, if the Doctor wasn't such a well-written character, then I don't know if I would watch Doctor Who. But I mean, I guess that's sort of the thing with everything, isn't it? I mean, like Batman. I mean, the reason I like Batman is because Batman's usually a pretty well-written character. The story is good with Batman. He's a good character. He's a well-written character. Same thing with Doctor Who, I think. But you know, that's neither here nor also is it there, nor also is it where a wolf gives a scare. Because wolves do give scares. I don't know about you guys, but I am scared of wolves. I'm gonna be totally honest with you. Oh god. Oh, we almost walked into the blood trail, but we didn't. The Hermit. Well, that's useless, so we'll just take Bad Trip and keep moving on. Bad Trip is gonna be an amazing card. Or not card, pill. It could be a card. Maybe you flatten out the pill, turn it into a card. Who knows? I never did it. I mean, have we ever tried to make, like, paper out of pills? Maybe we should. Maybe it's bad to not recycle pills into paper. Maybe I've just discovered something, some sort of truism about humanity and the usage of pills. Who knows? By the way, did you know that America consumes... I think it's some ridiculous number. I don't want to like say something that's wrong, but it's somewhere. It's either 60% or 80% of the, and somewhere in between them probably is the real number of the world's painkillers. That is true. Nothing to do with whatever it is that we've been talking about, but it's just something that's just weird. Is that we're a very drugged up culture here in America, and it's kind of shitty. It's kind of shitty. Because we consider drugs to be, like, this really bad thing, right? Like, all these drugs, like, oh, God, we have to... Well, it's the war on drugs, right? I mean, it's like all this stuff, like, oh, you know, drugs are so evil and all this stuff, and you gotta put people in prison for nonviolent crimes for, like, 20 years to make sure that they don't do drugs, because they're not just hurting themselves, they're hurting society because of something or other or whatever. Meanwhile, you're taking, like, 3 doses of Xanax and Vicodin and all this shit, while you're reprimanding everyone else for, you know, taking their drugs that aren't taxable. So, you know, it's, oh, wow, we should have taken damage there. I will be totally honest, we should have taken damage there, but that's fine. You know what? Sometimes you don't take damage. Sometimes you just take slammage, and that's a very different thing. Tears Up, I will definitely take that. I will also keep this Bad Trip pill. That was really good, by the way, me doing all those things that I just did. You totally missed it because I did it so nonchalantly, but me moving through those spikes, I didn't really care whether or not I got hit, and you know what? That's all it took. You know, that's my advice for girls, too, is just act like you don't care. That's all you gotta do, and then you won't get killed by the spikes. Or they won't murder you. I mean, that's really the main thing. If I wanted to give out girl advice, is to make sure that they don't murder you, because if they do, then you know, shit is dangerous. Yeah, I'll take a range up. It's useless, but I'll move on. By the way, you know, the one time that we used because I was thinking about, like, well, I don't use teleport as often as I should because I have teleport and I should use it, right? But the one time that I did use teleport in this run, I used it pretty much as a Dalek would use it, which is, I just emergency time shifted my ass out of that motherfucker because it was dangerous. And I was like, man, I gotta get dealt with. Oh god. Alright, we're still good. New Doctor Who, by the way, is on later on today, if you want to watch it. I mean, if you're in America, it's on BBC America. If you're in Britain, it's on BBC One. However, you know, if you're in Britain, you probably already watch a lot of Doctor Who anyway. I don't think... Like, Doctor Who's like the biggest deal that... like, out of all of the deals of England, I think. Right? I mean, that's the like, if you're from England, right, you watch Doctor Who. There's no people who don't. Right? That's what I gather, anyways. That's the big deal there. I don't know if we have a show in America that's like that, honestly. There's no, like, national pride kind of show, I don't think, that's also good. Because there's a lot of national pride type of shows. They just also happen to be very bad. Usually. So I don't know if that exists in America as much as it does in England. Now, of course, obviously, I'm kidding to a lesser degree. Obviously, not everyone in England watches Doctor Who, but I'd have to imagine it's a pretty high amount of people. Like, I would imagine it's a pretty big percentage of people watching one show, which is amazing. I mean, that show must make so much money just out of viewership. I mean, shit, if you were getting the money that I was making off of viewership, you'd be making a lot of money, but they probably make more than that. So that's pretty craziness, I have to imagine. Oh, God. And yes, indeed, they are making a lot more off of viewership than me. Did you actually know that internet marketing is actually the cheapest form of marketing? I phrased that, semantically that was kind of wrong, or not wrong, but weird. Essentially, what I mean is ads on the internet are worth less than ads on any other medium. And the reason that ads on the internet are worth less than any other medium is because of how people browse the internet, essentially. So, like, for instance, you're watching TV, right? Say, you're watching television. Come on, why is he jumping? Whatever. He's dead anyway. But say you're watching television, and, oh God. And, oh, Jesus, hold on, I gotta deal with this. Okay, he's done. Oh, what's with all of the fucking Monstro 2s? Got like 10 Monstro 2s in a row. But anyway, you're watching television, and an ad starts playing, a commercial starts playing, right? Well, on your television, you can't really skip the ad, right? You could browse to another channel, that's fine, but they have their own ads anyway, so that doesn't really matter. Their ads are just as valuable, or, you know, it still counts or whatever, and they still have the analytics of when you decide to flip off the channel and go somewhere else, right? They have those metrics. They have way better analytics than, like, say, I do to see demographics and stuff, because they have all of your information, right? They know who you are and where you live and what your ethnicity is and all this kind of stuff. So, I mean, they know all of that stuff. Oh, God. Which is great for demographic usage. But, anyway. So, oh dear, angel fetuses, get out of here. So, anyway, so you're watching an ad on television, you're more engaged on television because there's, like, nothing else that you can do. This is part of the reason that, that ad companies, or television companies in general, cable companies, really, really disliked picture-in-picture. That's why you don't really see picture-in-picture in a lot of TVs. Not just because it wasn't a great feature or anything, because it wasn't really that great of a feature, but, I mean, it was also because people don't like you to have the ability to not watch the ad and look at something else while you're also browsing television, right? I mean, part of the thing, same with the radio, right? You can flip off the radio, and that's the way that you can stop an ad, but then they would just know that, right? The thing is, on the internet, if you're browsing a web page and an ad is playing on the side, or a pop-up comes up or something, you can just close it, or not even just close it, you can just ignore it. You're looking at something else, right? YouTube, to a lesser degree, doesn't have that big of an issue, but that's why YouTube, oh god, ad revenue probably is much higher than other websites, because, you know, it's just an ad that's, one, skippable, yes, but it's also sort of, I kind of want to open these up, because I like opening them up. I'm gonna take them. I'm gonna take them because it feels cool to take all of the items out of the chest. I like doing it. Anyway. But yeah, so, you know, you're less engaged on the internet by an advertisement, and that's sort of the reason why... God. But anyway, so that's sort of the reason I had to pay attention there. That's sort of the reason why, oh god. We're like super strong, super fast Dalek right now. We're way more powerful than a Dalek. We're like a Dalek. We're like those new Daleks that were made in that one episode that they never really expanded upon. Oh god. I should just tell it. Yeah, I'm just gonna time shift out of here. Fuck that. Fuck that noise. Luckily we're nice and fast now. We're really fast now, actually. Which is great. I don't know why I killed him last. You never really want to kill Greed last, because, I mean, you don't really need his items. I mean, you get a bunch of money, and that's fine. But I don't even think that you could get Judgment in the, down here in the chest. Down here in the chest, we ain't got no Judgment. We ain't got no laws. We ain't got no paws. Seriously, all of the pets, we chop off their arms. We can't handle it. Okay. Oh, butts. So yeah. What was I saying? Oh, ad revenue. Yeah. Ad revenue, worse on the internet than anywhere else, just because you're not engaged by advertisements or not engaged by any particular form of media that you happen to be browsing or something. I'm just gonna go ahead and tank him because I can. Probably? I think I can. Yeah, I should be able to tank him. Actually, I might not even need to use the bad trip pill. Yeah, I didn't need to use the bad trip pill. I thought that I would have needed to use the bad trip pill, but evidently not. So even all of those speed-ups and stuff that I got didn't even really help me in the end. Holy cow, this is a 20-minute video. That's what'll happen, though, when you get super-duper powerful. That's what will happen. Well, sorry about the 20-minute video, and also sorry that it's late. Also, I think if you're in England, Doctor Who has already come on? I'm not sure. It's not on yet here. It's not on for a couple of hours yet here. It may be on, like, right now, as soon as this video goes up. So it's entirely possible that you won't be able to watch this while you watch Doctor Who. That's understandable. Man, look, I understand. You gotta prioritize your media. You gotta watch what's, like, really good over what's, you know, pretty awesome. Which I would consider myself and my videos pretty awesome. However, I don't compare myself to Doctor Who. If you had a choice between me and Doctor Who, I'd probably say you should go with Doctor Who. At the very least, it has way higher production values. So, you know, that is a thing. I did used to go to film school. I always wanted to write something that's good and, you know, that people would want to watch more than, you know, just me commentating over a microphone, obviously, like I do now. Though I like doing that as well, of course, obviously, otherwise I wouldn't have been doing this for... Dude, actually, it's almost a year now. We're coming up on a year that I've been doing this. I don't know what... Well, my phone's off. It's the 11th. So, I think... Oh, shit, is today a year? Today might be a year. It might be today. I'm not sure. You'd have to look... Well, I mean, I started the channel... Technically, I started the channel in January of last year, so technically when I started the channel, that year has already passed. However, I didn't really do anything on the channel until my first Isaac video on the channel. So if you look at the first Isaac video, whenever that came out, that is a year. I think it's the 29th of May is when I have a year. Is that... I'm pretty sure. I'm not entirely sure, but I'm pretty sure that it's like the 29th of May. I should do something about that. I don't know. I don't know what I would do. But it's pretty crazy that we've gotten that far. That it's been a year that I've been doing this. Because, by the way, the reason that I say the Isaac videos is because before then I would upload things like once a month or something when I was feeling bored and I was going to play a video game and wanted to record it or something. But like when I started doing Isaac, I started doing them daily and started seeing more success and moving on and then just, you know, and then expanding and getting better at it and doing it for real. Whereas, you know, when I first started, it wasn't really doing it for real. I was just kind of messing around. Sorry, my phone turned on now. By the way, since I pressed the buttons on it, the phone's a piece of crap, man. It actually, like, broke recently. Like, it stopped, okay. For some reason, when I would type a text message, instead of the letters, it would change them to just random characters. So, like, if I wanted to say the, it would just say, like, $H, ampersand. So, like, it was, like, impossible to send text messages. So it was just like, well, I guess I'm just not gonna use my phone. The thing is, I don't even use my phone that often. It's just a piece of shit. You know, it actually has to do with artificial scarcity. Although, I won't go into artificial scarcity right now, because it's already been 4 minutes since I ended the fucking video and died. Or 1, actually. I totally destroyed it. Where's the Daleks? Exterminate! Exterminate! But yeah. So, you know, it's been, we don't need to talk about artificial scarcity. It's like a whole thing. It's a whole thing about artificial scarcity. It's interesting, and it has to do with technology and stuff. But, you know, you could look it up. It's a cool time. I won't bore you by sitting at the title screen and talking about, some, like, you know, esoteric, well, not esoteric, but obscure, I don't know, marketing thing? I don't know if you really even classify it under marketing. I'm talking about it when I said I wasn't going to talk about it. Anyway, hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. Post your custom challenge runs down below, and I'll do the most upvoted one. I don't think I mentioned, but this run was done by Freezenification, who is a longtime friend of the channel. He's been around for a long time, man. Like, seriously. From really early. There's a lot of people, by the way, who've been around since really early, in the life cycle of the channel. There's been quite a few. I always recognize the names of the people who've been around for a long time, been commenting for a long time. I mean, obviously, there probably could be a lot of people who don't comment, but have been watching for a long time. I don't know if there are any in the 100 subscriber video. By the way, in the 100 subscriber video that I made when I had 100 subscribers, I read out every name of all the people. So, I don't know if any of those people still watch. They might. But, I mean, you know, it's entirely possible that they don't. I mean, that was 100 subscribers like almost a year ago, so it's entirely possible that those 100 people, not a single one of them watch anymore. But anyway, all of that doesn't matter. Freeze, thank you for the challenge run. And you see, someone was sad that they didn't get their challenge run upvoted. They made a bunch of challenge runs that didn't get it upvoted. I understand, that's a bummer, but I just can't switch the systems now, otherwise people will be angry with me. So I gotta do it this way, and you gotta get it upvoted. I would say just keep trying. I mean, shit, if you gotta copy-paste, I mean, don't spam one video with like 100 of your same challenge runs. But, I mean, if you just copy-paste, put it in the next one, whatever. It seems like if you get the challenge run out there early, on the video, like in the first couple of minutes as the video is up, then more people will watch it, because I think the majority of people watch almost as soon as it goes up. So, you know, that seems like that's the best way to do it. Is to get your video out there early. However, with my, you know, varying upload times because of various reasons, mostly having to do with insomnia, I realize that that's difficult to know exactly when things are going to come out. So it's a little bit difficult, I understand. I'm sorry about that. I'm going to try to fix that soon. I have to just fix my sleep schedule again. It got all broken after the 52-hour live stream, and I haven't fixed it since. Anyway, I'm fucking rambling. This is Alpacapatrol signing out. Peace, fools.